What's up, marker heads? It's Karen from Art by Karen E. Haley, and today I have a drawing for you of Ampharos and Haunter. This was a commission that I did a while ago for Angelic Fury, and I really love the way this picture turned out because I love the color scheme of yellow and purple. When I found out that they wanted Ampharos and Haunter, I really grabbed onto that idea of yellow and purple together, and I just wanted to make a purple-yellow picture, and so I'm really happy with the way that this picture turned out. What I'm doing right now is just laying in all of the yellows and all of the lighting, which is obviously yellow. And I think that this picture just looks so cool. I wanted to upload this around Halloween time, but I didn't have the internet at the time and I wasn't able to use the internet, so I didn't upload it then. And then I just couldn't in good conscience post any videos until I had apologized to the people that I had hurt the feelings of and stuff like that. And so anyway, I'll talk about that in a little bit, but right now I want to talk about the drawing, because when I was coloring this, I really had a lot of fun experimenting with purple and green and blending stuff together, and this is one of the reasons why I love Copic markers so much, is because you can blend things that maybe you're not supposed to blend when you're using watercolor or, you know, colored pencils or whatever, but because they're Copics and they're so forgiving, you can blend colors maybe that wouldn't really turn out looking so nicely in another medium, and that's what I love so much about these markers. And so what I experimented with was blending purple and green together, and I know they're not complementary colors, but green would normally turn purple kind of brown colored when you use it with, you know, watercolor or whatever, because it does have some yellow. And so I don't know, it's just a lot of fun to work with Copics because you can do so much with color that you couldn't do with other mediums, or maybe that would be more difficult to do with other mediums. So what I'm doing right now is just I'm coloring the whole tree green, and then I come in a little bit with a nice dark purple, and I just start blending shading into this tree with I think it's V09 over G21. So I blended V09 and V15 and then blended it all with G21, and here I am outlining right over that nice gradient of purple to green with the same dark purple, and I'm just blending it all to make it look really nice and shaded, but kind of a stylized shading. I wasn't really going for realism, and I just love the way it turned out, and I think that it would be kind of cool to see if you guys would test out this technique too. I know that it's kind of scary to blend stuff you're not supposed to, but with markers I think that it's okay, and even with some other mediums, if you're really careful or persistent or whatever, I think that you could do it with watercolors or colored pencils. You just have to try really hard. And the reason why I tried this technique in the first place was because I saw, I think it was Purple Kekleon, do this digitally, and I loved the way it looked, and so I just wanted to try it out for myself, and I just really like the way that it looks. And when I was in high school, I was taught not to use gray to shade, and I'm so glad that I learned that from my teacher when I was in school. And he actually taught us to use complementary colors to use as shadow, and it just makes it so cool to look at your artwork and see how many different colors you could get into the piece. And I know that, I mean, in real life you don't look at something and see, oh, purple and all of that. When you look at a tree, you see green and brown, right? But it's so cool to play with colors that I just wanted to say that you guys should experiment with it. And anyway, so I'm going to talk about what I was talking about earlier, with my apology video and things like that, because I noticed that when I posted that video, a lot of people were saying the same thing. A lot of people were saying that the people that messaged me didn't really have a right to be angry, and I don't really agree with that viewpoint. I know that you guys are trying to make me feel better and say that, oh, you weren't really in the wrong and things like that, but honestly, I do feel like I was in the wrong because I hurt somebody's feelings, and these people are people that I consider to be friends. I mean, I know I don't know them personally, physically, in person or whatever. They're people that I know online, but they are nice people. They've always been nice to me, and to know that I've hurt their feelings made me feel really emotional and really really bad, because, you know, you don't want to hurt your friend's feelings. And if your friend says something that hurts your feelings, you should tell them. And if they're big enough to apologize, they should. You know, and that's what I was trying to do, is just be an adult and apologize. So, I know I was really emotional in the video, but I wasn't trying to be like a damsel in distress. I wasn't looking for pity. I wasn't looking for anyone to stand up for me, I guess, although I do appreciate the effort you guys are making to make me feel better. Just keep in mind that there's more than just me involved here. It's these other people that I hurt their feelings, and so I was apologizing to them. So please don't make it seem like I was trying to make them be the bad guy. I wasn't trying to make them out to be bad people or anything like that. I was just trying to say that I was sorry and get some closure with that, and thankfully we all talked about it, and we're all fine now, and everything's good, and it's just something to learn from. I mean, nowadays there's so much interfacing online that we forget that there's still emotion there. There's still people there. So it's something to learn from. It's something to think about the next time you post something that might be too, you know, that might be a little bit harsh. Don't forget the saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. You know, things like that. And I do really, like I said, I do appreciate that you guys are trying to make me feel better, but don't go with the tactic of saying mean things about the people that I was talking about to try and make me feel better, because it doesn't make me feel better. It makes me feel bad for talking about them, and then you guys are like, oh, it's all their fault, they're the bad people. And sorry, I didn't mean to make you guys sound like that. Wow, I'm just digging myself a hole. What I'm trying to say is, though you might have good intentions for helping me out, for helping my emotional status or whatever, don't forget that there are other people involved, and that what you're saying about the other people is a little bit harsh. and I'm not saying all of you are saying this, I'm just saying that there's a few of you guys who maybe in your effort to make me feel better have unintentionally said some things that were kind of rude to the people I was trying to apologize to. So, anyway, so I'm going to talk about the artwork some more. I really did struggle with the grass in this picture. It's hard for me to transition planes, like different levels of grass and things like that, because it's like there's long grass in the background, and then it gets really short suddenly, and then it's long again because it's close to the viewer. So it's kind of hard for me to do grass from far away. I think that in the end it looks alright, because once all of the trees are colored in, everything makes more sense. But that's something that I struggled with when I was working with this drawing, and with a lot of my drawings I struggled with that. And I think that you guys might be able to tell in some of the pieces that I've posted in the past. And down here with this bush, it's gotta be really dark, because I want it to just frame that picture and just hold it all together. And so that's why I'm putting dark bushes in the corners here. And I'm using a really dark green. YG67, there, I can see it. And this is one of my favorite green colors. It is a yellow green, so it kind of muddied the purple just a little bit, but not too bad that you would not want to do this with this color. But using yellow greens with purple might be pushing it with the blending. Although I did just go over it all with yellow, which really muddied the picture, but I don't know. I think that in the end I go over that bush again with some more purple. Anyway, I'm rambling and this video is 18 minutes long, and I don't think you guys want to listen to me ramble for the next 8 minutes or so. So anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed watching, or you know, the video's not over. I hope you guys enjoy watching the video, and hopefully you enjoyed listening to me babble about the way that I colored the drawing and all that stuff. If I have anything else to say, I'll probably pop back in, but for now, let's just watch the video and think about how we treat each other and how to be nice to each other and enjoy the picture, I guess. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Enjoy the artwork. I might actually not say anything else because I can't really think of anything different that I've done in the drawing. I think all I do is just keep adding purples and darkening things up and blending, and then I had the stripes on Ampharos. Oh! One thing I gotta say, I messed up on Ampharos. I drew its ears wrong. I put the stripes are inverted from what they're supposed to look like. So yeah. And the reason why that sorry, I'm really hungry, so I'm like stumbling on my words now. The reason why I messed up on Ampharos so bad was because I always draw my own Ampharos character with stripes that are like incorrect, I guess. And so I was like, oh, I totally know how to draw Ampharos. I don't need to look at any reference pictures because I draw Ampharos all the time. But I guess I was always, like, this whole time that I've been drawing Ampharos, I've been drawing it wrong. So, I drew it right in the last video, but in this video you can kind of see that I've drawn its stripes. I just gave it one stripe on each ear, but they actually have a stripe on the tip of its ear and a stripe on the bottom. And so that was kind of a mistake that I made. And I didn't even know about it until the commissioner pointed it out to me when they got the picture. They're like, hey, Ampharos's stripes are backwards on its ears. And I was like, oh no, I always draw Ampharos that way. So I was really embarrassed by that. But anyway, the picture's pretty much just going to get darker, and there's going to be more contrast added. Other than that, the characters are basically done. I mean, I'm just adding the little details now, so I think I will leave you guys to watch the video, and I hope you guys enjoy. Take care!